Hi there, and thanks for joining me again for this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. Well, I certainly don't need to reiterate what's already obvious in all the headlines around the world as this coronavirus continues to spread in ways that just some weeks ago I think none of us would have imagined. And the impact it's having on all of our lives is, well, I don't think I need to mention it. We're all in the same boat together. And I realize this is really not the time that we think about travel. And at the same time, I was reflecting on what would be the most important message to send out. And it dawned on me that, of course, Wheel and Anchor is of course a travel company, but as much as anything, we're also about community. And as most of you will know, our tagline, our motto is "We bring travelers together." And I think that in these times, it's not just about being a traveler, but it's just about being a person and a friend and an acquaintance to all those people who we have traveled with. So, in these times, it's important that we come together, and that we, of course, when I say come together, not in the physical sense. And I found it quite ironic because the term of the month is social distancing, and I find it a little bit of a strange way of putting it, because I think that in times like these is that actually we need to become more connected socially while at the same time maintaining physical separation. That's the most important thing of all, that we follow all of the directives that our public health agencies have been putting out. And in doing that, though, while we're stuck at home and can't really leave, it's really the time actually to connect up with a bunch of people. And I've taken a number of phone calls with members over the last week from different parts of Canada, as well as colleagues from the travel industry and friends and family, of course, from all over the world. And it struck me that we don't often take the time to do that. We sort of go about our busy lives, whether those of you that are retired, and those of us that are still working. But no matter what, we sometimes neglect those social connections, particularly the ones that are further away. And I think that that's an opportune time to do that. And there's any manner of tools that you can use. FaceTime and Skype video and Zoom, of course, is the one that everybody's talking about. And so I think that's really, really important. And it's also a time to sort of dig out those old photo albums, for example, or open up those old folders. I found a hard drive the other day full of a portable hard drive full of photos from, well, since hard drives, since you could even save photos on hard drives. And I was sort of flipping through and thinking about all the memories of travel in times past, and all those people who you got to know either for a short time, or who still are friends today. So there's lots of things that we can do, and of course we can still dream about and be inspired about travel. And so we've had a lot of discussion internally about, well, should we be even talking about travel? Is it the wrong time? Is it the wrong message to be sending? Because of course, I'm concerned about all of you, just as I'm concerned about my close friends and family. And so I put the question out to you: is what do you think? Is should we be talking about travel at all? Should we be keeping silent? Some of you have commented to me that you like the fact that we continue with our webinars, because at some point this will all pass, and we'll be back to traveling and exploring the world. So, but I'd love to get your feedback and know what it is, the kind of message that you think we should be delivering, whether we should be talking about traveling. In the meantime, we're going to continue with our webinars. I maybe won't be hyping them as much, but I think that a lot of our members have commented to me that, again, they like to be inspired by the travel that we will do in the future. So we'll be continuing to do that. And one other thing this coming Thursday, because I do also realize we have a lot of members in our community who live alone, and it's particularly challenging to be stuck and not have the ability to go out and see all of your friends, for those that live alone. And if you fall into that category, then I think it's even more important that you use the tools of technology to to get out there. And on that note, on this coming Thursday, we're going to have a bit of a different webinar, actually a virtual coffee. So for those that would like to join, there'll be some information in the blog below. And please come out and, we'll spend maybe an hour and, chit-chatting about whatever subjects come to mind. It may be travel related, it may not be. But I'd love to see you out and I'd love to connect with you. And certainly if anyone would love to talk to me, I always love to speak to our members. And I'd love a chance to talk and hear your thoughts about what's going on and what you think, what the future holds for all of us, not just in travel, but in all facets of our life. So that's all for this week. And of course, stay healthy, stay safe, keep yourself physically separate, but don't distance yourself socially too much. Stay connected to the people that are important to you. And I look forward to catching up with you again next week.